Hey, cutie pies, I'm Lanikia, and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is General Hospital's edition. Today is Friday, June the 3rd, 2022. Girl, wait a minute, that TV is loud. 2022. All right, guys, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this a 7.5, and I'm going to tell you why when I get to the point. But I'm going to give this a 7.5 as far as the rating. All right, let's get into it. So we see okay, I love me some Nina, and so actually enjoyed her in this scene. Y'all could say, like, I know a lot of y'all don't like her, but you could say a lot about Nina. But this woman is playing this character because I felt these emotions that she had today. So she's ready to go. She just wants to leave town. She's lost her case. She won't get to see Wiley. She's upset that, that was her connection to Nell. She was like, my mother stole her mama stole her life. Like, dang, like her mama stole her life. Like, Nina was married and wanted to have, children. She wanted to make it work with her husband and everything. And her mama just came through and just took it away from her. And so she just her losing visitations to see Wiley just made her be like, okay, I'm just gonna go, because y'all know that's what Nina does when things get too difficult. She's like, okay, I'm out. And so she was going to Milan just to, I don't know if she was gonna come back or not, but she was going. And so Sonny found this out because he goes to Nell's grave, and he sees Nina's necklace. Now he sees Nina's necklace and he's thinking she's going to do something. And he calls Phyllis and he said, don't worry, Phyllis, I'm gonna find her, don't worry, or whatever. So anyways, he does end up fighting Nina because she stopped to get some things, her passport, because she had forgot that. And then when she touched her neck, she realized, oh, I've lost my necklace, but she knew where she lost it at. And it was just like, so Sonny was worried about her doing something dangerous, but she wasn't going to do anything dangerous to herself because he knows, Sonny deals with mental issues and he knows Nina does as well, but she wasn't going to do anything to herself. She just wanted to catch up, just stop by and get her necklace. So when he sees her, he just tells her, Nina, what you doing? And she says, Sonny, I'm leaving. The only thing I have left, and he said, is this. And he shows her the necklace. She said, I just want to get my necklace and go. And he won't give it to her because he's trying to talk to her and he's trying to talk her out of leaving. And he's like, Nina, you gotta stay. Like he said, Wiley is going to come back for you. Like when he gets older, and y'all know this is how, if Nina's character is still on this show in 10 years, because they love to grow these children up fast. One day they'll be 8, 7, and then the next thing they ain't fully grown. So he says, if Wiley's when Wiley grows up, he's going to want to know you, Nina. He's going to want to know what happened. He was like, nobody can take him away. And we all know that that's usually what ends up happening is the children on these soaps, even in real life, they start forming their own thoughts and opinions, and typically they start having a relationship. He said, so you don't want him to think that everything that's being said and is true. You want him to be able to come to you and talk to you and have a relationship. And at first she's like, no, Sonny, I can't do it. Like, it hurts too much. I'm just, you know, this was a big loss for Nina, and she just wanted to go lick her wounds and heal somewhere. But he told her, I get it. He told her, I got you. You can still have a relationship with Wiley. It might not be what you wanted, but you could still have a relationship and just be here for him when he gets older. And so she agrees to it that she's gonna stay. And when he gets old enough, she'll let him know the type of person she was, and if he wants a relationship, he'll have a relationship with her. So that's it with them, y'all. So then we move right along to I'm sorry, I'm trying to think about how okay. So I want to wrap this with Spencer and oh no, Dante, Cody, and Sam. Okay, so Dante, Cody, and Sam. I'm sorry. You know what? I like Dante and I like Sam. I don't that to me together it's not the I don't see it for them, but I, as far as separately when they're with other people in scenes, I like it. Like, so okay. Anyway, so Cody is there with them. They're drinking. Sam is getting to know him. He was like, "You asking a lot of questions," and Dante is like, "She's a PI." And so Cody tensed a little bit, but he relaxed, and so they started talking and stuff. And he tells them that his back is bothering him a little bit because of the stunt that he pulled, parachuting or parasailing and everything. And he said his in his past life he was a horse stuntman, and so he has injuries from that, and he messed up his back, so sometimes his back bothers him. Well, anyways, hearing all this and hearing that like he don't really have a permanent gig, Sam says, well, hey, what about there's a horse, my grandmother just got this horse or whatever. My kids love to go out there. My child loves to go out there. So how about you be a handler? They're in need of a handler. He's like, old money and new money. She said, what does it matter? Old money. But he's just so he was like, it looked like he was intrigued by the job and might do it, but Dante said, nah, that's not for him or whatever. And I said, what's going on here? So I guess they're gonna give us more information in regards to Cody and everything. Um, I was talking to and someone, and I was like, the thing about this storyline is I don't mind it. I don't mind you giving Sam and Dante more of a storyline. My only problem with this is that you're starting a new, fresh storyline with someone new and everything. And there's a lot of other storylines y'all have not wrapped up. So that's the only thing about this one, but it could be interesting. So we'll see how this goes. So moving right along, we see Jocelyn and Kim. So we see Jocelyn and Kim talking, and he's about to tell her because she's like, I know there's something bothering you. I know you need to tell me something. And he's just like, listen, I'm finna just tell this girl because I'm not finna lose my relationship because of Spencer. So he tells her, okay, I have something to tell you. And then we see Adam comes up, and the young man who made a lewd comment to Jocelyn after the tape hit. And so he comes up and he says, can I talk to you in private just a few minutes or whatever? And so she finally agrees to it. And while she's doing that, Kim gets a message from Spencer that everything is all good with Esme. And so, anyways, Adam tells Jocelyn he's really sorry. He was a jerk. He's sorry the way he approached her. After reading the article in The Invader, he realized, you know what? I have a sister. And I would be ticked off if this had happened to my sister. So how dare I go and treat this woman this way, this young, lady this way? And so he apologizes. Jocelyn forgives him. Cams comes up and he apologizes to them again and whatever. And he leaves and they're like, okay, he kind of cool. And she was like, yeah, he said because of the invader and everything that like he saw things differently. So that's just another piece of information for them to know. Okay, the invader, it helped. All right, so then we go on to her saying, okay, Kim, so you said you wanted to tell me something. He said, oh, you know what? It was nothing. She said, really? Because it seemed like it was important. He said, honestly, I'm just thinking worried about my mom. And so she was like, I'm sorry, you're right, and whatever. And so they leave it at that. So then we go over here to Spencer. Speaking of Spencer and all them and Esme, we go over here to Spencer, Esme, Nicholas and Ava. So Spencer is telling Esme, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have treated you this way. I don't know why I let Trina bother me. Listen, I'm just gonna have to keep asking for forgiveness after forgiveness. I want to make this work. I want our relationship to stand. And he says, I'm just ready for all this drama to be over. And she says, you know what? I truly believe you when you say that. Because, Esme already know what Spencer is up to. And so she, at first she tried to play like, I don't know, it's gonna be so hard or whatever. But she went ahead and gave in and told him, okay, we can make this work and everything. And so they make up and they're gonna be a couple. And so then we see Ava and Nicholas, right? And so she's telling Nicholas, I'm sorry the way I acted. I shouldn't have said our marriage was over. I didn't mean that. We have all this history, we have all this love. We don't trust each other sometimes, but we can work through that. We were working through that. Let's let's be together. And Nicholas' eyes are red and everything. I said, Ava, clues, ma'am. But I guess she think he's crying because she's crying and she's upset. So I guess that's why she think he's upset. But this boy about to cry because he was like, "Oh Lord, I slept with Esme." He's like, "Oh, I messed up. I done messed up." Because both of them having flashback, Esme and Nicholas having flashbacks of what they've done or whatever. And so Ava's just like, let's make this work, and and she begging him, stay with me in this. And he's just, a part of him wants to, but a part of him feels like, dang, I don't know, because he don't want Ava to find out what he's done. But in the end, he just says, I'm with you. I want to make it work. So she goes to him to try to kiss him, and he pushes her back. And she says, "Oh, that lasted all of 1 second." And he said, "No, it's just that we've been through something and we just gonna have to take our time." And I said, "That's not it, Ava. This boy needs to take a whole shower and brush his teeth and his lips and everything. That's what this is." And, Nicholas, at least he did that. He didn't touch on Ava while he was still had Esme on him and everything. So then we see Ava tells him, "Oh, this is how she said we're gonna make it work." She said, "Listen, I don't want Spencer to choose between you and the money. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna still give Spencer his allowance every week or whatever." She said, "But I'm gonna tell him he can't leave or whatever." And so Nicholas was like, "Really?" And she was like, "Yes," or whatever. And he think it's all good because he's like, "Well, I could have Spencer here, and Esme got to leave because he said Esme and Spencer about to break up anyways." That's what she told me. So him and Ava like high five, baby. Spencer and Esme come up in there, and Ava tells Spencer, about everything going on, and that she's not gonna give him the money. He has, on the condition that he has to stay there. And Spencer looking like, because Spencer was like, "Damn, I don't want to be here." And so he upset. You could look at his face and see he was upset about that. But he said, but Nicholas said, "But we know, because Ava was like, and Nicholas was like, we know you broke up with Esme and everything, and it's gonna be hard." But Ava told Esme, "You'll land on your feet," and Esme said, "Oh no, you have it wrong. Spencer and I are together, and she gonna hold Spencer's hand and all that kind of stuff." And Nicholas is looking like, say what? No, no, you ain't gonna get rid of her that easily. And so Ava says, "All right then, let me go." And she talked because Esme was like, "Does that change your proposal?" And she says, "No, let me go and get my checkbook or something." She finna go get him some money. And Spencer says, "I'm gonna go with you." I said, "Spencer finna tell Ava what you doing." So he get in the hallway with Ava, and he was like, "You really want me to stay here with Esme or whatever? You gonna be cool with this?" And she said, "I ain't gonna like it, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it." Now the spoiler is that Spencer gonna come clean to Ava, because she gonna be like, "Nah, you like Trina," and the spoiler is supposed to be that he's going to come clean with her. But y'all know, you never know. Anyways, then we go and we see Esme talking to Nicholas, and she said, because it's just Esme and Nicholas in the room now, and she said, "I thought they'd never leave." I said, Nicholas. Esme said, "You ain't getting rid of me that easily, sir. Too bad." But I did see where the guy who plays Nicholas, I think what's his name, Marcus? Is it Marcus? Anyways, he posted on his personal Instagram, because y'all was giving that man some hate, and he had to post on his personal Instagram that, "Listen, it's a character. I get the script. Sometimes I don't agree with the script. Sometimes I don't like the way the character is going, but." Listen, this is a job for him, and he got to do his job to get his paycheck. So it is what it is. I mean, it is what it is. But moving right along to my favorite storyline on this day. This is why I say the teens have the best storylines, because that storyline with Esme, Ava them, even though I don't like that Nicholas is sleeping with Esme, I don't like that part of the storyline. But the whole messiness of, is Ava gonna find out, and what Ava's gonna do when she find out, that's a good storyline. Um, and Trina has a good storyline with Rory. I enjoy this one as well because it's so fresh and innocent and stuff, and I enjoy that. So So they, had a good time or whatever. And she was like, "Thank you so much for buying me all this stuff, taking her out and having a nice time." She was like, "Thank you so much." And he was like, "No, no need to thank me. I enjoyed it." And they talking, maybe gonna meet up for another thing. Uh, you feel called? I'm gonna get you some water. Let me finish this and I'll get you some water. Maybe meet up for another, song. Just hang out. So Taggart on the inside with Portia, right? Now Taggart about to leave because he's just talking about, all the things stuff Trina's going through and everything. But Taggart about to leave, right? Okay, so then they open the door and they say, "Well, where is Trina?" Because he was waiting on Trina. And it was like, "I don't know where Trina is. She's running late or whatever." And because he just wanted to see her. So he told Portia, "Go give Trina a hug. I gotta go, or whatever." They open the door and Rory's there and Taggart all upset, but Portia's like, "Well, what is this?" So they go inside and everything. And Rory is, Taggart's giving him the third degree. I said, "Taggart, you can't get this man the third degree. Where have you been? Like we have not seen you. You didn't come to the arraignment hearing. We don't. You be in and out of this soap. So why every time y'all bring Taggart on, he's the angry black man? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Every time we see him, that's his character. And I like Taggart. Like, y'all could have made this better than that, but I still like the storyline. So Portia is all excited about Trina and Rory because she could already tell this is a good one. Like he's real sweet and everything. So she's like, "Okay, I'm excited, to tell me more." So he going on about, he's a police officer and all that. And, he tells Taggart, that case you did where you took Silas down, that was some really great work and everything. And Taggart said, "I lied to my family about being dead for 6 months." And Trina was like, "Yeah, we were upset about that, but I understand why you had to do it." And, they understood all that. And so then he tells Rory, "Do you like breaking the rules?" He tells Rory, "Do you like breaking the rules or something? Is that why you with Trina?" And so Rory said, "I looked up the rules and there's nothing that says I cannot hang out with Trina or whatever." He said, "So I'm going to make my own decisions. And if I want to be with, Trina's a nice girl. If I want to hang out with her and get to know her, I'm going to do that. And I don't care what anyone thinks." I'm paraphrasing, but y'all know that's what he said. He said, "I don't care what anyone thinks." And Taggart was like, "Who?" And Portia was like, but anyways, and so they kept talking to him or whatever. Taggart mean mugging, Rory not paying attention to it. Like he being very respectful, but he's not paying attention to Taggart because he likes Trina. And Portia's like, I'm like, you should have been like this to Spencer, and Trina wouldn't be in the mess that she's in now. But anyways, Rory was just like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna have to leave or whatever." And so Taggart was like, "Oh, I got to go too, so I'll walk you out." And they was like, "Oh gosh." So, Rory tells Trina it was really nice hanging out with you. He tells them both it was nice meeting you, Trina's parents. And then he leaves, and then Taggart, hugs on Trina and stuff, and he leaves. And Portia's like, "You would be nice," or whatever to Taggart. And then so then Trina runs around the coffee table. You know how when you like somebody, you get all excited. So she all excited running around the coffee table. I'm like, "Oh, she about to text Josh because she had a phone." And Portia said, "Talk to me. So what is this?" And she said, "No, Mom, he's just being nice to me and all that kind of stuff." And she said, "No, girl, he is handsome. He's very respectful. He's straight and narrow and he likes you or whatever." She said, "I see the chemistry." And Trina was like, "No, it's nothing." And then it was like, "But he," and I was like, "This is cute." It was a cute scene. It was a great way to end a Friday, catching up on everything that the teens have going on. But anyways, that was General Hospital today, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Even if you don't subscribe, that's okay. But hit that like button for me. It helps the algorithm go for YouTube. I hope you guys have a blessed weekend. Stay safe, and I will see you on Monday for a new episode.